doing my own nails with my non-dominant hand because, well, it's obviously time to do an overlay here. One nail is already missing, and well, these nails are also, well, it's time to do something new. So first I'm going to start by product removal. So I'm going to file them off with the ceramic bead. And then we are going to do nail prep and some overlay. Hello everyone. Okay, I will set the speed. Almost one. Okay, keep in mind that I am working with my non-dominant hand, so obviously it's going to look a little different from what I normally do with my dominant hand. And of course it's going to take longer. Hi guys, thanks everyone for joining. So normally I use dust collector at the top speed, but not right now. So well, it gets a bit noisy. So I just want to make sure that you guys will be able to hear me or to hear everything. So I set it a little lower. Okay, so I don't really have much product lifting, which means I don't need to remove the product all the way down. We'll see, maybe I will leave a little of the product on the free edge, like a little thin layer. RPM speed, well, the e-file I'm using right now, it's not with display, so I can not tell you for sure, but it's about 25,000 RPMs. And okay, looks like there's a little crack, and well, we'll see. I want to make them shorter, and once I do that, we will see if the crack is still there, so we will need to fix it, or maybe that won't be necessary still. It will be filed off. All right, so let me know if you are also doing your own nails specifically with your non-dominant hand, because for me this is always something I procrastinate with as much as possible. I mean, you can probably tell on how long they got, because I mean, even though I'm doing nails for 20 years, it's still, well, it's still not comfortable, you know. I still do it way faster and easier with my dominant hand. So, you know, I just, at this point, I waited until they grew so long. It was just, you know, super uncomfortable. A favorite tip from you is mixing acrylic with gel polish. Awesome, thank you, appreciate it. I catched your live, yes, welcome. Well, I don't do much of the lives, but I thought, you know, since I need to do my nails and having a company of you guys might be a good idea. So I don't, on this hand, I usually don't do something too complicated, so it's going to be a regular overlay. I would just like to show you how I'm going to do it. Been doing my own nails for 20 years, always wait 8 weeks for more because it's so tedious. I know it's bad. Oh yeah, totally can relate because I do the same. I mean, I'm always excited to try new stuff. I'm always excited to do nails with my dominant hand. Always excited to do someone else's nails, especially if there's, you know, something new or fun. But yes, this is just the least fun thing to do. Okay, so I had gel overlay, and I need to remove it from the sidewalls since all the just a tiny bit of lifting. But the overlay was not too thick. As you can see, it won't take too long to remove it. And also, since there's no discoloration or lifting, would be totally safe to leave some products. Okay, so here, this is how it looks. See, so there's maybe a little lifting along the side wall. Since it's been too long, I can hardly remember when I did it. But other than that, it's fine. I love deep powder. Awesome. Yeah, well, maybe deep powder might be a bit easier to do with your non-dominant hand. I'm not sure though. I think it's still... Okay, so just in case you thought like it's taking too long when you're doing your nails with your non-dominant hand, well, it's always like that. The time, for me, the time is almost double. Yeah, I think, well, it really depends on what exactly I'm doing, on the design, on the length, on the type of extensions. But it's always the double time, which means if I can do certain design within 1 hour with my right hand, then with the other one, it's gonna be at least 2 hours. I'm new to doing nails and learning a lot by watching her. Thank you. Okay, I really hope I'm not going to fall out of the frame so you guys can see everything. Okay, and I'm definitely, yeah, leaving more product here. So I try to do most of the product removal with e-file, so I will not need to do it later, you know, with a hand file. We won't need to spend time on it. Okay, I think right here, let's remove a little more. Okay, then I turn it off and we proceed to dry manicure. But before I do the e-file, we need to, oh, actually, I started doing prep on this one already. Okay, so we'll start with this one. So with orange wood stick, all I need to do is to push back the cuticles, because after doing that, I will have this path for e-file to do, okay? Because if I skip this step and just take e-file and diamond bead and try doing it right away, then I will need to apply some pressure on the nail plate. And well, considering that this is my non-dominant hand and mistakes are way, you know, they have more chances to happen, then I can easily do this ridge near the cuticle and overfile my nail. And we definitely don't want to do that, so that's why I push it first. Right hand is always a challenge to do. Currently trying to finish my right hand with full cover tips. Still hard though. Yeah, exactly. I mean, even with tip, even if you do like easier stuff, it's still a challenge. That's why I just know if I don't want to get too upset or ruin my day, I just don't pick the design that, you know, is going to be too complicated for my non-dominant hand. Okay, so now the speed is a bit lower, about 18,000 rotations per minute. And we are going, okay, let's start with this one, I guess. The same way I work with the clients and work on the cuticle cleaning. I'm right hand, so it's hard to use my left. Well, yes, that's what I'm talking about, guys. I mean, the dominant hand, which can be a different hand for some people, still feels hard and uncomfortable. And also, whenever I have a chance to ask someone, like my colleague, to do my nails on this hand for me, I don't miss this chance. Okay, So I'm using a slightly lower speed that I would normally use when working with my dominant hand, because obviously I can't control it that well. So it's about, let's say, 15 to 18,000 RPMs. Also, I'm not planning to go like too deep and to, do too much of the cleaning, for the same reason, because I cannot control this hand that well, just to avoid any kind of damage or overfiled areas. And once you do that, and once you know that you're not going to clean it that deep and that well, that's okay. All we will need to do later is just to apply color not that close to the cuticle. What do you think about cuticle wax for Russian manicure? Have you already used it? No, but I've seen it, and yes, I really want to try it. So for now, I don't really have my own opinion of it, because I just heard some of my colleagues using it. But yeah, once I will be able to get it, I'm definitely trying it, because it seems like a really good product to use. Okay, so then I'm going to switch to reverse mode and do the same on the opposite side. Okay. Oh man, for some reason this opposite side with my left hand it's hard, okay? My least favorite part. So let's just get it over with as fast as possible. Okay, so what I'm doing now, I'm cleaning the cuticle area and the opposite side wall. And since this hand, the one that gets a mani right now, is my right hand, I have more dry skin and hard skin here, because, well, this is the hand I always use for work. And there's actually a lot to work on, especially in these areas in the corners. So I don't do that much of a handwriting, but I hold a hand piece of the e-file and a hand file, like I hold all my tools in a certain way. So I have this little, like something kind of like a callus here, and especially on my middle finger. So it really usually requires a bit more work than usual. But even though it's a challenge, and yeah, I was probably complaining to you guys for 10 minutes straight, at the same time, it does feel satisfying and relieving, because, you're kind of getting rid of all this dry and dead tissue, and I just love this feeling of new fresh manicure now, when nothing is, you don't want to pick on something, nothing's picking your hair, and it feels so nice and smooth. It's kind of even easier to breathe. Okay, so that's what keeps me excited, this looking forward to the new manicure. Okay, so this is not exactly how you should do it, but this is how I do it with my non-dominant hand, because I just found this is how it works for me. So I'm pushing up the cuticles so that it will be easier to trim them. And after that, I'm gonna take a look from this view and check if there's something else that needs to be cleaned before we proceed. Okay. Then before we do anything with the cuticle, I will remove the surface shine, which we can do with a hand file or with a buffer. If you're using a hand file, normally 180 grit is the perfect great for it. If you have very thin or sensitive nails, then you can try 240. Let me zoom out a little bit. If I do my own nails, how often should I replace my bits? Well, if you only do your nails, then you don't need to replace them that much. So I assume you redo them like every 2 to 3 weeks. So with carbide and ceramic beads, you, like, I don't know, maybe once in 2 years, they will serve you really long time. And diamond beads, well, especially the flame shade bead, the one I was just using, the diamond beads work last. So usually this one is good for 10 to 15 services. So let's say if you do it every 2 weeks, so that means you will have 24 months. So like every 6 to 8 months, something like that. And if you're also taking a good care of your drill bits, if you're cleaning them, and by the way, in my new video on Saturday, I will show you guys a few tricks on how to do that, then they going to serve you longer. So you will need to replace them not as often. Oh, no, okay, we have this little, I don't know how to call it, well, missing part, like almost like a crack. And I think that we will need to fix it with the fiberglass. Otherwise, it is going to turn into a bigger crack later. Okay, so the reason I'm using a hand file now, I just want to make sure that with the product that I left here, you see, this is the product and this is the nail. I just want to make sure that we don't have any lifting, and this area between the product and the nail is absolutely like 100% seamless, because if it's not, then it will be visible after applying new product too. How do I know if my acrylic bean is dry? You mean when you apply acrylic, well, you can touch it, but not with your bare hands, like through your gloves or with a tool. And there's also a very cool trick. You can take any brush or anything wooden and do this. I don't know, guys, if you can hear the sound. Well, this is not acrylic though, but you will hear like you're hitting something that's hard. And if you can barely hear the sound, like it feels soft, then it's not sad. But usually with acrylic, you can really tell like it's not working. You cannot move it with the brush anymore. So it sets usually within like a couple minutes. If you use a reputable brandy file tips, the manufacturers will let you know how many usages based on their material. Oh yes. Yeah, that's a good tip. True, but on this, at the same time, it's still very, well, there can never be the exact numbers, because, one time I had this client and she came to me from another salon and with such thick nails, it was crazy. It took me like an hour to remove them. And obviously this was not a standard removal. Okay, and sometimes like when I have clients for regular feel or the one I'm doing now, I didn't really do that much of product removal, right? So it's still going to be different from one client to the other. So these are just approximate numbers. But yeah, just keep that in mind. Do you prefer gel or acrylic? Both. It really depends on what I want to do. So right now I will be doing gel overlay. But if I wanted to do, let's say, stiletto nails with inlay design, I would probably pick acrylic or some extreme nail shape. And well, also if I will be doing someone else's nails, like for people who tend to bite or pick their nails and skin, I think acrylic is usually a better option. Oh no, I think I forgot my brush. Oh well. Okay. Looks like now right here, you see this area between the product and the nail, still a little off. Okay. So I'm not doing anything to the shape yet, and that's on purpose. Okay. Okay, so since I'm wearing a gloves all the time, as you guys can see, even when I'm doing my own nails, and a few times on my videos, I even, some people even laughed, like, why do you need gloves? Like, it's not like you're going to catch some disease from yourself. Well, yeah, it's not just about the disease or some bacteria. It's also about the products that I want to avoid touching. And even, so you see what I'm doing now? Obviously, you cannot do this with your naked nails because I already removed the surface shine. And if I would touch them, that means I'm putting back this oils that I would have on my nails. But since I'm wearing gloves, that's totally fine. So what I'm doing, I'm just pushing up the cuticles back so we can trim them. And OMG, I just realized I will need to do the trimming with my non-dominant hand live, which is very stressful. So please, guys, don't don't judge me too much. But yeah, well, I'm just going to trim the part that I can clearly see. Okay, nothing more than that. Only this white part. I will not go deeper. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, with my non-dominant hand, sometimes it's not one fine whole piece, which is totally fine. Okay, well, on this hand, I would like to go a little deeper because there's a lot of dry skin in this area that is so annoying. But like I said, it feels so good and so relieving. Okay. Do you prefer fiber hairs or the silk roll? Well, it also depends on what I want to do, but I mostly use fiber just to fix the cracks on the sides, the small things. And for that, fibers, I think, just more convenient to use, like the strands. Oh man, okay. Yeah, so I think, yeah, out of all the activities with your non-dominant hand, this one is, yeah, one of the hardest. You need to control the scissors. But at least when you're doing, your own manicure, you can feel it very well. So you know when you can't, like, cut deeper or anything. Okay, and a little bit right here. All right. Oops, this one's almost finished. Okay, so normally at this point I will go wash my hands, or this time I'm going to use like a wet wipes. Okay, I think that will be enough. Are just regular wet wipes, same, but for me I find the silk cracking takes more time to use fiber strength, but more secure. Right, yeah, I learned so much from you, thank you. Oh, you're welcome. Okay, so I'm technically like washing my hands. Just want to get rid of all this dust, all this debris, and we are going to do overlay. And in case you guys not know me, I don't like filing. Well, it's just annoying. So whenever I'm doing anything, I try to do my best so I can avoid filing. So I can do as less filing as possible. Okay, I'm going to do my nails shorter too, but I'm not going to do it now. I will do it after product application, and if you will stay with me till the end, you will understand why. All right, now I will put aside the dust collector because we don't need it for now, and put the lamp right here. Okay, and let me quickly grab the fiber strands because this was something I didn't expect. We will need to fix this little crack. All right, I'm back with Fiberglass 17.2 watching. Show some love and hit that subscribe button. Oh, thank you. Yeah, and yes, guys, of course, I will appreciate all the likes and subscribes from you because actually on my channel I have a lot of cool content I post weekly and sometimes more often that you might enjoy. Okay, let me zoom in. And let's proceed. Hold on, let me find the comfortable position so you guys can see everything. Which shape of polygel dual form is best? Oh, Prisha, there is no such thing as best because it depends on what you want to achieve and also on the nails you're working on. And you cannot have just one shape. You need to have a few because let's say for flat nails and for ski jump nails, you will need a different ones. And also you cannot achieve a nice square and almond shape using the same kind of dual form. So you need to have few kinds for different shapes and different nail types. Okay, so here on this nail, I also have this little crack on the free edge, but since I'm doing them shorter, I don't think we need to fix it, okay, because that one is going to be filed off. Will this live remain saved? Well, I hope so, yes, if there won't be any errors and it can be saved easily, I am doing non-dominant hand right now. Oh, well, Belinda, thanks for joining me. That's actually so fun. Maybe next time we need to plan this kind of live in advance so we guys can do it together. Imagine how fun that would be. Like, you know, have some drinks and do like you doing your own nails party and do them together. So now I am applying primer and I applied only like halfway because I just don't, with overlays, I don't like when it's applied all the way to the cuticle because it makes this area a bit slippery and it's not super comfortable to apply gel. So this is just my preference. Sometimes with some clients, I apply it all the way to the cuticle if they have like oily nails or something like that. But with myself, this is what I do. I just did my nails a couple hours ago. Well, just my left hand and both feet. My dominant hand always need that extra attention. My back already hurts, so I stop. Oh my God, I can feel you, but good job. I mean, that feels so good when you're done already, right? Okay, now before I apply base coat and get all sticky, let me quickly make sure that I have everything ready. Because, you know, I hate this when you applied something and you're like, oh no, like my lamp is not connected or there's something else missing and you're like running with your sticky nails and you can't even touch anything. Okay, so this is the fiberglass I'm going to use to fix this. And there's also, okay, guys, so actually I have a few products that I'm currently testing right now for my new videos. And there is one that I think will be so suitable right now to this situation. So yes, if you're watching my channel, you will see it after a while. So this is like a clip like this. I'm not sure if it's going to work yet. So it's not like I'm not promoting it to you. I just want to try for myself. So what it does, it just pushes back your side walls and holds it. So previously I used this paper clips that work pretty well, but many people share that this is a bit painful. Okay, and I don't mind, having a little pain to get some beautiful nails, but maybe, yeah, this one's actually is not painful at all. So maybe it's going to work better. So let's do this nail first, because we also need to do this fiber strands here. Okay, so this is the strands I'm using, and since there's actually not much to fix, you see only the sidewall, I think about this amount will be just fine. Okay. And we need a really good sharp scissors or nippers to cut them. Okay. And also, I will try to do my best to avoid some extra filing. So it will be like a small addition to the nail. Okay. So let's apply the base coat. If you're curious what's the brand, this is what it looks like. It's by Neo Nail, medium consistency base coat. And I will apply a thin coat, and this plastic clip, it's on the side also for a reason, because I want this sidewall to be more open, because I have puffy sidewalls and they're always on your way when you're doing your nails. Especially, doing overlay with your non-dominant hand is already a stress. Oh my god, look at this flooding I just did near the cuticle, which normally never happens with my regular hand. Oh well, luckily with gel it's super easy to fix. So we clean it, and we clean it again, and we can even clean it with your own hand. But once again, I will always repeat it until I see every single nail tech in the gloves. You can only do this if you are wearing gloves like me, okay? Do not do it with your bare hands, please. I bought that, but it's so soft. Oh, are you talking about the polygel or these clips? Yeah, if the clips, they are kind of soft, but it's still kind of doing its job. Okay. So I applied base coat, and I'm not curing it yet. So I apply a little more in this area. And you see, we need to build a bridge that will connect these two sides. So I will take the brush. Okay, let me show you what I'm doing. I put some base coat on my gel brush. Take these fiber strands and place right here to create a bridge. Yes, I think that should be enough. So then I make sure that ideally this strands should go a little further than we need to, so we can later also cover it with the product. All right, and let's cure it. And when curing it, you can also hold it a little to the side to make sure that, well, this part will be fully cured. All right, and then, well, I can continue reusing this strands, the rest of this piece, and then we proceed to normal base coat application. Who else love magnetic gel polish? Oh, I do, especially with these new colors, because honestly I never liked it when they first went on the market, because most colors were so boring, but now there's such a huge variety and bright colors and pastel colors. I just removed my cat eye design. I'm obsessed with magnetic gels. I buy ever color. Yes, guys. And okay, another spoiler alert. On Saturday, you really need to check out my new video because I will also try some new magnetic cat eye colors in this video and do also really cool kind of design. Okay, so now we have this. And remember what I told you, I'm a lazy nail tech. To avoid extra filing, I'm going to cut it off and really hope and pray, okay, cross the fingers for me now, that my scissors will not break because of that. All right, they didn't. Almost, I guess. Yes, they didn't. Amazing, awesome. Okay, and now this is how we have built this bridge that we're going to cover with the product. Okay, but before we do, let's proceed with the base coat application on the rest of my nails. Okay, let me... So I will do a thin... Oh man, okay, yes, now you can see my whole hand, right? I will do a thin coat of base coat on each nail, close to the cuticle, and oh man, I touched it again. Yeah, and to tell you the truth, guys, just because I procrastinate with doing this hand so often, I mean, so I can do 2 to 3 new designs on my other hand, while this one still have this old overlay. So obviously this hand has like 1,000 times less experience than the other one. Thank you for all your tutorials. They rock. Thank you. Okay. What shape? Well, I think I'm going to do the same shape that I have, just shorter. Because, I don't know, this hand, I told you this hand is like, usually stays off the cameras, off the spotlight. So I will just do a regular comfortable overlay. I just would like to show you one cool trick. Okay, we already have base coat here. So there's one more nail remaining to apply base coat. And when doing your working with your non-dominant hand, there's always this temptation, right? Even when you're applying color, just, you know, to move your hand to help the other one, especially when filing. And I always try to avoid that, but on the other hand, I mean, you just can't resist, right? Because, well, this hand knows what to do, unlike the other one. All right, let's cure. I will watch it and watch all your videos. Oh, thank you. I'm from India. Can I know the time there? Well, at my place, it's noon. It's 12. And in India, I'm not sure. Okay, so someone mentioned this 3 strokes polygel kit. And I think, yeah, I've seen this comment already on my channel and I checked it, but I couldn't find this brand. So if you can give me some links on where it's available. My nails are sharp almond. Great. Well, actually, I really like almond and stiletto shapes. These are so my shapes. I usually do them whenever I'm doing extensions. But since this hand is going to be short and natural, I will go with a square. Okay, meanwhile, I will show you these other products I'm going to use. So this is Pink by Charisma. Lisa Comfort gave me this gel. And there's another one by Madame Glam. I will also show you them in my new video more about them. These are actually HEMA-free gels. This is the one I'm going to use. Okay. So this is a super thick gel. As you can see, it's not running, it's not moving at all. But I'm going to use it only for a very specific purpose, only to do the frames. And what is a frame? Well, I will show you that in a moment. So I will take a detailer brush, take a little amount of gel, and apply it like this only on the free edge. So the goal is to build a little frame. With this kind of consistency, it's almost impossible to apply it like 100% smooth and even. And we don't really need to. All I want to do is to build this area that is going to be, I hope you can see it from the side view, a little higher than my actual nail. And that would be enough. Okay, like this. Then I will do the same on the next nail. Okay, I don't think I'm going to do it on all nails, but let's do 2 at a time. 2 at a time will be fine. Okay. So what is the area of the nail that is usually starts lifting or peeling, usually where most problems occur? Free edge or sidewalls, right? Well, I mean, cuticle area sometimes too, but usually these areas are really like typical for that. So that's the reason we're building this frame, to avoid it. Okay, so after we have this pieces of gel on the free edge, then I'm going to do also this along the sidewalls, but not as much. A tiny bit amount this time. So the reason I'm doing this, I just want to make sure that these areas of the nail, they will not stay naked, like free of product. Okay, that's why I'm building this frame, to make sure that it will be straightened enough when I do the product application. Doing stilettos today, awesome. Guys, that is so awesome that some of you are doing your nails too. Okay, and now the hardest part ever, do the opposite side that I can barely see. But again, I will do my best. Yes, whenever I'm trying something new or some technique, then I'm always thinking, oh my God, why did I decide to do it on this hand again? You know, because the other hand is always busy modeling for other fun stuff, right? And I mean, we have only 2. Okay, I think that looks like enough. So before curing, I want to check out if there's no product on my skin. If the sidewalls are covered, well, maybe here it's not fully. Okay, and I am going to cure it. And then I will do the same thing on the rest of 2 nails. So I'm building this frame to make sure the product will not go extremely thin on the free edge. And also, even though I'm doing an overlay, I want to file off my natural nail later, which I will show you too. Extremely short square. Is using fiberglass just for tiny part of the nail? This would make that part harder than the rest of the nail. Like the hardness of the nail is not even. I mean, since fiberglass is very hard. Angel, well, yeah, that's a good point. And yeah, that's true. I mean, this part will be a little harder, but so we cannot do this and just leave the nail naked, okay? We cannot do this bridge, like this strand here, and leave it like that. Go somewhere with just the base coat. But then I'm going to use gel on top, and gel is going to make the rest of the nail stronger too. So in this case, it's fine. Because I mean, doing the entire nail with fiberglass will not make sense too. Well, first of all, it's too much work and we don't really need it in all of the places. And you know, it will be just hard to apply it near the cuticle and for the rest of the nail. So yes, it's totally fine. I use this technique all the time, like fiberglass just on one side, because also like with this nail on the other side, I have my own sidewall, right? And on this one, it's missing. So we just used it, you know, to fill the missing area. So yeah, it's totally fine. Here, let me show you the side view, which looks probably a bit weird. Now, and let's do the same on my other two nails. On the middle one and on the index. Okay, so this is a semi-transparent pink gel. Well, the reason I took it is just because, you know, Lisa, the creator of the brand, gave it to me and I really like this natural color. You can use any thick consistency gel for this purpose. It just make sure that it's going to match with the color of the gel you're planning to use afterwards, because the one I'm using as my main color will be glitter nude. So this transparent pink will be perfectly match with it. Okay, and then besides the free edge, I'm doing a little bit of the side walls. One side and the other. Okay, index nail is probably my favorite one to work on this hand, because it doesn't have that much of the puffy sidewalls. It's kind of, it's a bit easier to reach compared like to pinky or to ring finger. So yeah, I guess this one will be my favorite. Okay, and on this one, again, I have this puffy sidewall, so I guess this clip might be helpful. Okay, and then we cure. That's it for this gel. And there is one technique where we need to file it and like and shape it at this point, but like you guys know, I don't like filing and shaping, and I try to avoid it, so we will minimize it as much as possible. So this is the next gel we're going to use. This is Glitter Nude Builder Gel. It's HEMA-free. And yes, I will show you more swatches and products from this brand that I got on Saturday. Okay, and this is this pretty color. I really like that it's semi-transparent, which is exactly what I need. And to apply it, I'm going to use a gel brush. And I think, oh no, let me clean that. Yeah, so this is what we have now. Okay, so let's start with the pinky. I will take a little amount of gel. Wait a minute, this tissue is not clean, so I will flip it over. So first I will apply a thin coat, like a wet floor technique on my nail. And do you guys notice what's happening on the free edge? Since I already have this frame, the product is going on top of it. So this is how I ensure that I will have enough product in this area. And then I take a little more, like this overlay is going to be rather thin. You will see it in a few moments. And then we will do this printing technique. I just apply some near the cuticle and proceed with the application. Since the product underneath is not cured and we have this so-called wet floor, it's super easy to apply it, even though this gel is, oh, I forgot to show you, but it's like medium thick consistency. It's not super runny, but when you apply it in this manner, it works really well. Okay, so we have this little dip here, which is almost inevitable since we have so much product on the free edge. But I just want to make it a little less obvious by taking the product from the free edge, the gel we just applied, and redirecting it in this area. Okay, so with gels, a lot of things can be fixed by turning your hand around like this. But sometimes it's not enough. You can't just hold it and wait, because if you, let's say, applied too much product in certain areas, it's still not going to look good. So you need to help the product a little bit. And also I noticed that looks like I don't have enough here. Like a tiny bit of product is missing. So I will add it right now. Yes, much better now. So you see how thin the application is? Well, right now, apart from the free edge, because yeah, there's too much, but we will be filing it off later. Okay, so now I want to check if we have enough product, because I mean, it's taken a while, as you guys can see, because it's a non-dominant hand, and I can, from certain angles, oh, I'm sorry, I'm out of the frame again. From the certain angles, I can't see properly. But in reality, this is a rather fast technique. Okay, I also don't like that we have this dip in the middle of the nail. So what I will do, I will just redirect the product from the cuticle area to the center. All right. Looks nice, but we have this little flooding here that I am going to fix before curing. And make sure there's no more flooding. And let's cure it. Okay, so since this is a semi-transparent color, it is going to cure pretty fast. And I just want to make sure that it's not going to move or to run anywhere, like to flood the skin. So I will just apply, I will cure it for a little bit, and then we can proceed and then fully cure the entire hand. The shimmer and glitter is gorgeous in that builder. Exactly, yeah, I really like, so there's like this little shimmer as well as bigger particles. Yeah, I think you can see them right here. And oh, while I'm curing, let me show you the consistency. So you see it's moving, but it's not super runny. So for me, this is like one of my favorite consistencies to work with. Okay, so this is what it looks like now. And let's proceed. Oh my God, I feel so sticky now. Give me a moment. Okay, so after all this cleaning and everything, your glove starts to feel sticky. So it's just, you need to whether to clean it or replace it. All right. And then I will do the same. So with this consistency of gel, technically I definitely could do like 2 to 3 nails at a time, but not when it's my non-dominant hand. So sorry guys, it's going to take longer, but I'm definitely doing just one by one. Otherwise, you know, I just don't really want to miss some flooding on the side or something else. Okay, so this is what it looks like after we applied wet floor. And then I take a little more of the gel and start the printing technique. Apply it near the cuticle, but don't touch it. And you can actually hold your nail, your finger a little downwards, which is going to help with the application because we don't want the gel to move towards the cuticle. We want it to flow in the opposite direction. Okay, and I will not go all the way to the free edge because we already have enough product there. Remember when we did these frames? Okay, so it looks okay, but again, this little bump on the free edge. And now it's might be a bit tricky for beginners, but we need to focus and try to ignore this, look of the nail that's going up because we do have a little bit excess product on the free edge now, and we need to look at the structure of the nail besides that area and see if there is a product that's missing somewhere. Okay, so what I'm saying is that we need to add the product if it's not enough, and we need to remove the product if there's too much. Okay, and then we need to, oh no, okay. So checking this side is so challenging, guys, but we will do it together, right? So I will add a little more product here. So that's the reason we did these frames, so the sidewalls will not stay naked. But since the color is also glittery, of course I want it to be seen in all the areas. And then I push the product back from the free edge to the center because we already have enough of the product on the free edge with this clear pink gel that we added at the beginning. I just want a bit more here. Okay, and then let's do the flipping over thing. Hi, welcome. Sorry guys, I am just so focused on the application that at some point I'm not able to read your comments, but once I'm curing or looking up like I am now, I can see them all. So if you have any questions, if you want to say something, feel free. I will definitely, during curing session or a little pause, I will be able to look at them. So if you need to add a little of product, you can also use the detailer brush instead of a builder. Well, I mean not builder, instead of a gel brush. If you want to drag just a tiny amount of product. I'm so glad I catched your stream. Oh yeah, I'm really glad too. Thanks for joining. We are doing gel overlay on my non-dominant hand. That's why this live is taking so long because, well, this is not a fast process. And I really like to take my time to make everything nice and smooth to avoid too much filing. And with my non-dominant hands, obviously it's taking longer than usual. So we have some extra time to talk about everything. So we already did product removal, we already did prep, and right now we're doing builder application, which is, well, in terms of application, almost the last step, because after that we will need a little filing and shaping and the top coat, and that will be it. So I would say, yeah, this is probably the hardest and the longest part of the application. 81 watch. Wow, show some love and hit that subscribe button. Thanks, Belinda, yeah, for reminding everyone. And of course, yes, all your subscriptions and likes will be highly appreciated. And I mean, just because if you subscribe, you will not miss more cool videos from me. And you definitely do not want to miss one this weekend on Saturday. We'll be trying some new products, including these HEMA-free gels by Madame Glam, as well as some other products. So I have this series that's called Trying Unusual Nail Products. So this is going to be one of them. All right, let's cure. It seems like the nail on this finger is growing upwards. How do you fix that? Well, since this time I'm going to make them short, I will not fix that too much because, you know, just when you file them short, you cannot really see it anymore. But normally, growing upwards nails, you need to fix them by rebuilding them. So you just add more product to the side walls and to the free edge, and then you create a new structure. What country are you from? I'm originally from Russia. Doing your non-dominant hand always will take its time. Oh, exactly. I mean, you know, sometimes I just sit and understand that it's going to be a long process, so I grab a tea, take a movie. Well, this time I decided to spend this time with you. And we have 89 people watching live. Wow. It's been a while. I don't think I did any lives this year actually. So this is my first. So thank you guys so much for all this attention. Honestly, I had no idea if anyone is going to come and watch because it's been so long. And also I'm really new to this vertical live streams. Unlike the traditional ones, I don't really know how everything works. So I hope you can see and hear everything clearly. Hi Anastasia, how I wish I could have you do my nails. You're so talented. Thank you. What about downwards nails? My index fingers do that and I always hate how extensions look on them. Lena, well, in my opinion, downwards are a bit easier to fix because in this case, all you need to do is to add more product than usual on the free edge and then file off the remaining underneath. And yes, well, this is actually very common. Some people have nails, I mean, they're going downwards like all of them or just one or two. Okay, so let's do the next one. Remember, we also have this fiberglass bridge, but it's not really going to affect our application in any way. All we need to do is just to make sure that we will cover this fiberglass. I mean, it shouldn't stay without the product on top. And that's it. I mean, all the rest of the application will be pretty much the same. Okay, so when doing this first coat, the wet floor, yeah, I'm sorry for this weird poses, but that's the only way how I can see my nail from all the angles. You want to make sure that you cover the entire nail. You don't miss a spot. Because if you do, once you apply the second coat, it will not go in this area if it was not covered in gel. I hope I explained it well. So it kind of gives this path to where you want to apply the rest of the gel. Okay, and near the cuticle, we don't really need much product. We just need a tiny bit. The majority of the product will go to the center and some to the free edge. Okay, and remember we need to cover this side wall too. Wow, I think it's already kind of hard to tell that we used something to fix it, right? I've learned so much from you. Only do my nails, you made a huge difference. Oh, thank you, Laura. That is so, I'm so glad to hear that. Thank you guys a lot because, I mean, you know, when I'm recording nails, obviously it's just me. Well, sometimes I do have someone to help out, but what I mean is just me and the camera, you know, sitting in the room. It's not like a live class or anything, right? So I cannot see you. I can, and of course I can read your comments, but you know, sometimes I'm just feeling like, well, I don't really know if it's someone will even, you know, be interested in that or something like that. So whenever I hear all this feedback, I am just so happy that something that I do, I mean, basically I'm just sharing something that I'm passionate about, and that is also helping and motivating someone. That is so cool. All right, so this is what we need to see from the side view. There might be a little bump on the free edge, which is fine. And also the final check of the side wall and of the other side. Okay, and let's, oh no. Okay, so you see, because of this glitter, yeah, oh no, that's not glitter. Okay, I accidentally applied this gel. Oh well, this is non-dominant hand. I really wanted to show you the technique because it's possible. I actually do this technique all the time without filing. But my non-dominant hand is not that skilled, so we will need to do a little bit of filing. Okay, I like this slide. Please do more. Oh, okay, yeah, absolutely. We can do them more often, and yeah, feel free to share the topics you would like me to highlight. I don't like very thick gel. How do I fix that? Well, okay, there are ways to, you can take another gel and mix it, but it has to be the same brand gel from the same collection. If they don't have it, then I don't really recommend you mixing just any random gels together, because in that case you will not know if it's going to work properly, if it's going to cure properly. Okay, so please be careful with that. And so the only advice is honestly just to buy another one, because I mean, even though there are ways to make it thicker or thinner, it always usually impacts the quality of the product. So you just will not be able to know for sure if it's cured, if it's going to be durable. So my recommendation is just to, well, I mean, the only trick which might be okay if you are able to make the temperature in your room higher, so it will be a bit hot. So when it's hot, the gels tend to self-level more. Oh, Belinda, thank you so much for the donation. I think that's, yeah, I didn't even know you can do it on the short streams. Thank you so much, appreciate it. What gel are you using? So the first gel I use for the frames is by Charisma, and the second gel is by Madame Glam. This is what the color is called, Glitter Nude Builder Gel. And please, guys, who's not subscribed yet, you need to do it right now, because you don't want to miss my video on Saturday, where I will be trying new cool products, including these Madame Glam gels, and I will show you more of how you can apply them, and I will do this gels on the client too. Agree. Prep done, here goes nothing. We are interested. Okay, awesome. So, all right, this nail is cured, and yes, we will need to do a little filing and shaping. Okay, and let's do the application on the last nail. And here's in case so I started actually doing my nails, and this is my thumb that's finished, it's just without top coat. So this is how it will look at the end. I just started doing them, and then I was like, wait, I need to go live. So I guess that was the right thing to do, because it's so much fun doing this together. And now you know the drill. We do the same. We just apply a thin coat. Like I said, this is my favorite nail to work with, because the sidewalls are not so puffy on this one, and I can clearly see everything. Subbed since I was in Romania, watching you from Italy last year. So, wow, thank you. That's so awesome. And then we take, I don't know, about this amount, we'll see. I guess that will be enough. So apply near the cuticle, and right away I take this gel and direct it to the center, because near the cuticle area we need to have it as thin as possible, otherwise it's not going to look great or last. Yeah, I'm just, you know, just started thinking lately. I had, you know, a few clients and a few models. So recently I had this model. She's 16 years old. That was, by the way, about the age when I started doing nails, and she's also shared that she wants, like, she's going to become a nail tech. And I just realized that I'm doing nails for 20 years, so I have, more. I mean, she's younger than my experience, and back then, I just couldn't imagine that I will be, sitting here doing my nails with my non-dominant hand with a company of how many people we have now? 82 besties. Just talking to each other, inspiring each other, just talking about these things that we enjoy and like doing nails. That, oh my god, I'm saying, okay, let me show you. So, well, I have goosebumps just by saying this. Guys, seriously, this is like, to me, this is unbelievable, for a girl from Russia who, like, at the time when I started doing my channel, I mean, this is going to be totally embarrassing, but yes, you can scroll down to one of my first video and you can even check, like, my accent was very different. I was struggling to, just think what words should I use. Like, my English was really bad back then. And, regardless of all that, I mean, I still have what I have now. So yeah, I just want to say thank you, guys. I appreciate every single one of you. Oh, I wish I could be your model. Well, unfortunately, recently I'm not traveling as much yet, but there was a time when I was taking models in different cities. So all you need to do is just, if you subscribe to my channel, to keep up with updates. So if I decide to do it in the future, I usually do a post on my community tab. And this is how I've also met with some of my subscribers in different places like Mexico and North Carolina and Los Angeles a couple times. Yeah. Okay. So it looks fine, but I will do this flipping over thing a little bit more because I just want more product to go in the center of the nail, because as I was working on the sidewalls, moving the gel back and forth, it all moved more to the sides. And so this is how it works. Did you always have such beautiful natural nails? Oh, thank you so much for that compliment. Honestly, I think no. And well, since I never liked them, I don't think I have a close-up pictures of them like 20 years ago. But I have much shorter nail beds. And since I was doing my own nails, I mean, since I was 15, since I started doing my nails, my nail beds grew longer. So that was something that changed over time. Well, obviously the shape of your nails and fingers is something you have genetically. But that's a really interesting thing because I never considered them pretty or beautiful. I was actually, I just didn't like the way they look. And that's the reason I started doing nails. So that's so interesting, to read this, that it was something that I always had. Okay. So yeah, that's why I guess I chose this path, to do nails, because I mean, if you have pretty nails, I can make any color stay on them for a long time. If you're not happy with some shape of your nails, that's totally fine. I can fix that for you. If you have a habit of biting nails, well, it happens, but I also can do some extensions that will make them look like you're not biting them. So, that's the beauty of fashion. Okay, I guess that's it. I will close the gel for now. Maybe we will need to add a little bit. I mean, we can always come back to it. And now I will cure my entire hand. And then we will need to do a little filing and shaping. So meanwhile, see, even when I'm working with my one hand, I still try to operate everything with the other one. I will put back the dust collector because we don't want any extra dust flying around here. I will put away the brushes so the dust will not stick to them. And I will also prepare the lint-free wipes. I use this ones to, well, to remove the sticky layer, and this is, okay, let me zoom out. I guess that's too close. Okay, this one. Use this pump with alcohol. Hello from Michigan. I love watching your videos. Learned so much from you. Started doing my own nails during COVID, and now I can't go to any salons because I'm so picky, and I got pretty good. Angelina, that is so awesome. Good job. And yes, I think, yeah, during COVID, actually, I was posting a bit more. So I know I have many new followers from the time. I want to mix this kind of glitter into my peel builder. I'm loving this color. Oh yeah, you can absolutely do this. There are actually mixes of glitters, you know, with this, is it hectagon? What's the name of this shape, guys? So you need to find just loose glitter of this shape, and yeah, you can absolutely add it into your gel, and this is how you will get it. Just don't add too much glitter, okay? Just add a little bit and then see how it works, because normally you don't really need that much. You see here, glitter, it's, well, I mean, the color should not look like it consists of glitter only, if you know what I mean. But your accent and the way you're explaining is what attracts people to you. You're human, know what I mean? True, yeah, thank you. Yeah, I haven't thought about it this way. But yeah, I mean, honestly, even from the beginning, that's true. I guess I was just hard on myself, but I think I never had issues, yeah, with people understanding me, and they were very helpful. Actually, I learned many things, and many of you guys were always correcting me. Like there were a few certain words I was not pronouncing correctly in my video, so I got comments like, hey, this one is supposed to be like this, and well, it also helped me to learn. All right, so now we don't have any sticky layer. And first thing that I'm going to file is this area underneath. Ooh, you see this, talking about the pretty hands, this part looks so not pretty because of me going to the gym, but I cannot use these gloves. Okay, so I'm going to use this carbide bit. Well, sorry, it's not clean because I already did my thumb. So this is the carbide bit with green abrasive mark, and I will use it to do the underside of my nails. Okay, let me figure out. Okay, well, I just want to say, let me figure out how it's going to be comfortable. Well, apparently it's not. Which dust collector do you use? It's by Olka. Here's the, and I'm also working on a video of reviewing because I've been using it for almost a year now. And I have to say it's pretty good. Because, you know, I also thought it would be fun to do a review not about something new. Because, you know, when it's new, you like trying it for the first time. But my thoughts after a long time of using it. Okay, let me quickly slide. Okay. So what I'm doing now, I am filing off the source of all the problems that leads to product lifting, shipping, discoloration, brown, yellow, gray colors under the nail, which is the free edge of your natural nail. One time I came up with this phrase, we laughed with my client, but now I really like to use it. No free edge, no problem. And what I mean by it is that if you have nails that are growing upwards or downwards or curling too much, well, once you file them off, you will not have this problem anymore. And yes, if your goal is to grow your natural nails, obviously this may not work for you. But in this case, I still recommend you to do this, just not all the way, okay? So you can file off a little bit from here, but not all the way. I personally prefer doing this all the way because our nails are porous. And even if you are keeping a good hygiene, if you're cleaning them, they are still going to absorb certain things, whether you want it or not. They are still going to have these stains. And I really prefer this clean look. I mean, I don't mind having no nails under my extensions. But like I said, I'm not like making anybody doing this. So if some of my clients, so you see the difference? I have my natural nails here, even though I clean them before the video, like I try, so I can show you the difference. But this still looks cleaner, right? And this is like after cleaning, after a few days. They look worse, even though I don't do any household duties with no gloves. Like I always wear gloves. But still, you know, that's how the light works. They're going to absorb everything. Okay, looks like I missed some of your comments. Do you use pop-offs at all? What pop-offs? You mean subtle tips or press-on nails? Well, whatever was this that you meant? Yes, I definitely use them both. I'm a nail tech for 16 years, still every day learn something new. This is what I love about my work. Never a dull moment. Yes, absolutely. I learn new things too. I mean, recently, you know, guys, if you've seen it, I did this video with pedicure. And since I have it in my school, I have a specialist who does pedicure, all the pedicure videos and reviews, Anna Fox. But this, well, she was not available. And I had to do this video by myself. And oh my God, it was such a challenge. But yeah, I did it, and it was really a fun experience. And I learned, I mean, many new things along the way. Okay, so as I'm filing off the nail underneath, do you guys understand what's happening? Technically, I'm turning this overlay into extensions, right? But since I had my free edge, I didn't have to spend time on, you know, fitting the forms or doing the tips or fitting dual forms. I mean, we could do that, but why if I already had my nails? And since I'm going to do them short anyways, I just want them short this time. Okay, so maybe we will need to, I think I need to do a little more on this side. Oops, sorry. What age do you think person should get acrylic nails or gel? Well, in my opinion, is 16. I personally usually don't take clients or models younger than 16. Well, it really depends on the person. I mean, some kids are just so developed at a little earlier already, but yeah, this is just my opinion. I mean, overlay can be a little maybe at 14, and you know, there are press-ons like for kids, but actual extensions, I think you need to wait at least until 16. Love your accent, reminds me of my aunt, even though she's not from Russia. You have a very beautiful voice, like how everything is playing so well. Thank you. Organized Case, love your videos. Thank you, guys. Okay, we do a bit more cleaning. And okay, let me read another comment. Elaine, I think back at the times I would go to salon and none of the techs ever did a Russian manicure on me. No one ever did hard gel either. They wanted to do acrylic and not very good either. Oh yeah, I remember those times. My mom was also doing her own nails, and she came to the US and they did this acrylic nails to her. Well, I mean, back then I didn't really understand the difference, so I thought they're pretty cool. But yes, obviously when I learned how to do nails, since then she was always my model for practice. Okay, after filing the nail, oh no, I missed it here. Okay, let me quickly fix that again. Underneath, Normally, we would need just a little shaping, like sidewalls, free edge, and that's it. But since my non-dominant hand is my non-dominant hand, we will also do a little bit, I guess, buffing and filing from the top. Where is my personal file? And yes, guys, I know this file looks so old, but I use this one only on myself. Let me take comfortable position, and I'm going to file the nails shorter. And you will say, wait, Anastasia, you're going to file off this, all of this, all of this product that we just added. Okay, let me flip you a little higher. Okay. So the point was, you see this, the side view, to have enough product here on the free edge. So when I will be filing off the natural nail underneath, we'll still have enough product on top. Because if it would be too thin, and I will also file off a nail, imagine how thin it would be, right? That won't be enough to make the nails last. So doing this frame was necessary. Okay, I think we'll take off the dust collector, because with hand file it's fine like this, so I just don't have enough space. Okay, doing this hand is already stressful enough. At least let me find an acceptable position to do it. All right. Now I understand why you put gel in the free edge. You didn't want convex nails. Smart, exactly, yeah. So it was the trick, and well, some of this gel may remain, but also it gave me like a frame. So now I know that I didn't miss product to add on the sidewalls too. Remember, it was on the sidewalls as well as on the free edge. Well, honestly, I was going to make them really short, but I think they look not bad like this. Now I'm feeling like a client, because for me this is very common when clients come with a certain idea and vision, and then they're like, wait, well, this actually looks pretty, maybe we can make them longer this time or something. Okay, so I will, remember, this is the one where we have the fiberglass, so I filed this area super carefully because I obviously do not file it off. Okay, so now let's take a look from this view. This is normally how you can see where the excess product is. And there's a lot on this one and on this one, and these two are not that bad. But if the nails are not looking upwards, we can also always get rid of some extra product underneath, which is much easier. But I think with this pinky, I'm going to do it like this from the top, since it is looking a little upwards. So for someone who was asking about nails going upwards, well, this is one of the tricks. This one works if the nails are not like extremely upwards, a little bit. So normally you just need to build more sidewalls, and you can use something like fiberglass, like I showed earlier in this live. Okay, you see, guys, now it's getting thinner. Much cleaner. I remember when you did literally almond nails, that was very funny. Oh yes, guys. And actually doing these comedy videos is also another part of me, because, well, like every person, we all have our goofy sides, and for a very long time, I kept my channel, you know, it's like really strict educational, like I'm just doing this tutorials, almost like a lesson style. And then at some point I thought, I mean, why not? And I just started posting this kind of videos too, and people like them. So I thought, you know, who set the rules? Like if I'm, you know, consider myself an expert and I do mostly expert kind of content, why am I not allowed to do something like that too? And yes, I'm also really grateful that I have this another creative outlet for me, and I can basically, you know, record all kind of videos now. Phew. Okay, I think that's enough. Okay, so next time we need to do the same technique with my regular hands. Yes, next live is definitely going to be with a fun hand, so I will, you know, it's just going to be a little faster and easier, and I will get to more time to read your comments. I've seen lots of vids lately with ski jump nails. It's like a new trend. Ooh, yes, actually, you're right. I also seen nails, this style of sculpting the nails, and they kind of look like they're going up. And honestly, yeah, I don't get it, because I have a couple nails that are kind of like a ski jump, and this is just something I never wanted to have. This is just something I was always avoiding. So to me, this is so weird. People want to do that on purpose, but yeah, I've seen it a lot, especially among Eastern European nail techs. And yes, I don't know. I really try to be open to all of the new trends and styles and to try them. But yes, when I see the nail that reminds me like it's going up, yes, it just, especially I think with the almond shape, because with square, it's not as obvious, but almond nails going up, they really, you know, have this certain look. Very thin and upwards. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, they are super thin. And well, from what I see, the reason they look so thin, because they mostly also remove the extra product from underneath. And once you do that, you have this look of the nails that are going a bit upwards. Yeah, so I don't really know if I like it or not. I guess maybe I need to try, you know, doing this set and see how it looks. Okay. Let's see this one. And again, well, we don't have that much X product here, so maybe buffing will be enough. Oh my god, it feels so good to finally have a new set. You had this old nails for such a long time, and you know, I was just at some point hiding them, especially, you know, it gets so awkward when you meet someone, like a new person. They're like, oh, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm doing nails. And usually they hide there. They're like, oh, like, I am so embarrassed. My nails don't look good. You're a specialist. And then they see your nails, and my nails look, well, even way worse. Because it's been, what, like, I don't know, 8 weeks, maybe more than that. And yes, but I guess it's always like that. And on my other hand, I also don't have anything now, because I'm keeping it for another new video I will be working on this week, which I think it will come out this month, where I also will be trying some new cool products. I just really want to try it on myself. Good morning from Australia. Good morning. Oh, Australia is one of my dream destinations. I really hope that one day I will be able to go there. Very thin and upwards. Your short is the maximum length for me. Yeah, that's interesting, because whenever I have a client or a model and they like, Will we do short or long nails? I just asked them to show me because the definition of short and long is so different for everyone. I literally had a client and she said, can we have long nails? I'm like, sure, like absolutely. And then she's like, but not as long as yours. And my nails will literally like this, which is considered short for me. So since then, I realized that, okay, I just need, for every person, I just need the definition on what is short or long for them, because, you know, it's very tricky. Okay, as much as I like this sharp square shape, I also want to be practical. So I am going to round the corners for myself. Ooh, uh-oh. So I overfiled this one a little bit. Oh well. And yeah, let's buff this one. And soon, good night from Sweden. Oh, it's all right. It's already evening in Europe. US nail techs always are done last because our clients come first. I understand your situation. Yeah. Okay, so I am buffing this nail because hopefully I won't need much of the shaping here too. I think we did a little better on this last two nails. Let me see from the side view. So since my nails are short, well, again, short for me. Well, by short, I mean this area where I have free edge, okay? Because I get that this part is different for everyone, but the free edge is not really long. We don't really need to make them super thick, because what I noticed now with all these new builder gels and products and thicker consistency gels and polygels, I see such thick bulky nails where I guess people are trying to build this structure, but you don't really need that much for short nails. I mean, they're still going to last. Okay, let me see if everything is on point. And okay, when doing nails, when filing and shaping nails, guys, I have this rule that I want to share with you. If you're a perfectionist just like me, all I say is just, okay, at some point you just need to stop. Okay, we cannot just fix and correct them forever, you know, until they're like this length again and start over. Okay, so there always might be, well, especially, I mean, since when you're doing your own nails, some things you're not fully happy about, but I mean, we still need to finish with the filing and shaping. Well, with clients it's easier because, you know, you just have a limited time. They're in a rush, so they just won't let you do it. But when it's your nails, oh, you have all the time in the world to correct them. Let me know if someone is feeling what I'm saying. And yeah, so you see, I actually ended up making them shorter and shorter and shorter. Okay, and then I want to do the final touches on the underneath because I still have a little nail. Hi from Seychelles. What? That is such a great hi. I would be scared to have them grab just something and break. With that trend, I got a hard C shape going slightly downwards on a couple of nails. Always had them square. High from Milano, by the way. That's true. That's another concern that I have. I mean, okay, they're talking about right now with B is when, you know, this new trend where the nails are looking a bit like they're going upwards. Okay, so the look is the matter of personal preference, and yeah, I get it. Some people may like it, some may not. But I also have, yes, doubts if this is going to be durable, because if you notice, actually, most people naturally nails are growing upwards. Usually they grow them super long. Because, well, I mean, if talking about from engineering point of view, this is not the best style, I don't know, shape that we need to have to as, you know, traditional ones. So I do have this concern too about the new style, but we'll see. Since I'm in the nail industry for so long, I could just see this trend change, come and go, and it's very common for a new trend to come up. And by the way, originally I was going to do natural nails because now there's this trend. Have you guys heard? It's called soap nails, which is literally just nude nails. So that's what I was first going to do on myself, but then I remembered I have this pretty glitter gel. So this is the one I wanted to do. So what I'm saying is this is just nude nails. I mean, I think they've been there like forever, but now for some reason, some magazine or I don't know who's responsible for coming up with trends decided to call this a trend. And this is how we have it. Or, you know, just different color combinations like a Moscow Mule manicure, which is, I believe it's like brown with chrome. Or Hailey Bieber did this chrome glazed nails, which were milk white pearl chrome, and everyone's calling them Hailey Bieber nails. So that's interesting how these trends come and appear, even though it's very often something happening and popular or a trend like a while ago. So true, I definitely tend to correct over. Okay, guys, so I told you this rule that at some point we need to stop. And meanwhile, I'm not following it myself. Okay, bad example. I will stop right now. Okay, now let me just quickly round this last corner. And I will apply the top coat so you can see all this beauty of this gel. Okay. Oh wow, it's been what, 100 minutes. So we are almost 1 hour and 40 minutes live. Wow, and you guys are still there. Thank you so much for your attention, for keeping me company. So I will quickly clean my workstation because I don't want any dust to get into my top coat. I mean, after all this hard work. And now let me also clean my hand to not have any dust. So, hi from Germany, love your videos. I have a tremor in both hands and still do no nails. Wow, pretty good. Thanks. Videos like yours. Thank you so much. This is so amazing. Like I told you at some part of this video, guys, to me, this is still mind-blowing that we are located in the different parts of the world and yet we still come together to chat, to talk about nails. Okay. 65 people still watching. Wow. Okay, so you guys ready to see the final look? Let's apply the glossy top coat. I mean, actually, with matte top coat might look good too. I mean, this is how it would look if it was matte. But I think that these glitters definitely have some gloss, so we can see all of their beauty. Wow. Yeah, I like that, you know, in this gel, there is glitter, but not like too much. So it's mostly nude color with a glitter as opposed to super glittery color. Okay, let's in case you're wondering, this is the one I'm using right now, Accents Shine On No Wipe Top Coat. And since I'm doing the top coat. This is the last step of our overlay today. So if you guys have any questions, ideas, or something you want to choose, your last chance. The image glitchy. Oh no.